we continue our Delaware watch party with former Blue Hen Charlie Kitchen. Charlie, we're coming out of watching your regular season finale from your last year there in 2021. The emotions around the 2021 season for you, your last year there with Delaware, what was it like?
Well, what was that? March of the year prior, we lost our season. The emotions were brutal. We didn't know if guys were coming back or anything about that. So, fortunate enough, we had a couple guys come back with me, and we all lived together. That was cool. And Jake Hervada and Ryan Shaw. We had Justin Scott too as a transfer, which is pretty cool. But I mean, the emotions were top tier when we were heading into the season. I mean, we played, I think I played 10 games, but we played 12 because I missed the first two because I had COVID. So that was brutal to start off the year. But let me tell you, I mean, every sideline we had was to go and win a championship that year. Obviously, we got it done the next year, but hey, I mean, we accomplished regular season champions after beating UMass in that last game. So that was amazing. That was another step in the right direction for the program. So it was amazing. It was a great way to wrap up my career.
You mentioned the championship here in 2022, and we're going to get to those games here coming up as part of our watch party. For you, what was it like to watch a lot of the guys that you had played with for the last couple of years get the job done? Like, I'm sure there's probably some mixed emotions. You're so pumped, but you're also like, man, I really wish I would have been able to be part of that.
Yeah, I mean, I was living in New Jersey at the time in an apartment with my girlfriend. And when I was watching those games, I was jumping up and down on the couch. But also, you know, you have that little thought inside of you like, dang, I wish I was there for that, man. That was probably such a surreal experience for those guys. But let me tell you, they earned it. They earned every single second of that celebration. And they made a long run, man. They got all the way to playing Cornell and put up a tough fight there. But I mean, it was awesome to watch as an alumni, and I couldn't be happier for them as a team because we're only moving forward from now on. Ever since Coach Luca got there, we've progressively gotten better and better, and I see us being a top 10 team from here going out. So yeah, it's been great.
We had a chance to catch up with Coach DeLuca to kick off this watch party. What was it like playing for him?
Let me tell you, first season was my sophomore year. And I was scared of him until my senior year. He harps on love, which is huge. I mean, I've always seen him kind of as a second father in a kind of sense. He works as hard, but he works as honestly. You know, he keeps us on top of our responsibilities as students and people in the community first, and then we play lacrosse, which is pretty cool. And also just him going out of his way to say that he loves us and doing all those other little things to show appreciation to the players makes us want to work harder for him. So it was like glue. That love piece and the culture piece was kind of glue for our team that maybe we were lacking before. So it was great to play for him, and I'd do it again.
You know, it kind of gives like a new meaning to tough love because he kind of embodies both. It's like the tough, hard exterior that like you don't want to deal with him if he's mad at you, but like there's also this like warm inside to him that like when he's getting everybody together and it's happy and it's good, like he's like kind of this soft guy. So he's got a little bit of mix of both.
Yeah, let me tell you, when me and him have definitely had some difficult conversations, but that ultimately found the right answer in a quicker way instead of just like kind of leading on people, which would suck. So I love that he kind of goes out of his way to have difficult conversations, but also after wins, I mean, he's the first person in the locker room dancing. So, I mean, it's great. I mean, I loved it. I would do it again. I loved playing for him. All the coaching staff, honestly, it's tough love in the best way. So, I mean, it's amazing for the players in the school to have them.
All right, so you had a chance to team up on this attack unit with a couple of Canadians in Ty Kurtz and Mike Robinson. What's your favorite part of playing with them?
Oh, man, it made my job a lot easier. I mean, they are just lights out shooters and they're lights out people. Off the field, we were inseparable, which helped everything. I mean, it only helped the cohesion on the field. But I mean, they taught me things that I never knew I could do. You know, they were teaching me different ways I could use behind the backs. They taught me twisters and changing my angle when the stick's still in my strong hand, which is pretty cool. So they taught me more about the game, and they taught me more about myself as well as a player and what I could evolve to eventually when I got to this level. So I mean, I'm currently playing professional box with the Firewolves, and I mean, I played 3 months of box before getting to pro. So they kind of helped me with my skills and my IQ before coming into the season, and I still talk to them every day. Like, they're my best friends. So it's really cool to have them as teammates and best friends. And Ty is not my teammate too in professional box. So it's going to be really cool to see.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, you didn't like slip anything to the GM or your coach there in Albany? Like, hey, you know, if he's around, Ty might be a good option for you.
Of course I did. Of course, Owen too. But Owen is just too good, I guess. He got picked third. But yeah, it was great. I mean, I'm pumped to be back with Ty because he's one of my closest friends, and I can see him living in Market too, so we could be roommates, which would be sick. But he's got some work to do this season, so I'm pumped for him to close out the year, and hopefully he beats the amount of points I had because he's not too far.
So, yeah, one more year for Ty there at Delaware, and then he gets to hit the pro ranks. Favorite game from your Delaware career? What was it?
I always loved playing Hofstra. No, it doesn't matter the year. It's just because my brother was on the team. So we always had that sibling rivalry. I'd say, wow, there's so many games. I'd probably just say my first game of my career was my favorite. Just because it was kind of like it was a indecision moment. Like, I don't know if I was going to be good or I was, you know, it's just that part of my life where that turning point kind of hit. I think in my first game, I had like 6 points, and I was like the 6th attackman that fall. Like, I wasn't even touching the field. And then I got a shot at game day and I capitalized. So that was probably the best part of my career in college. Favorite game. There's so many favorite games, like tight wins. Anything a Hofstra and a win is great. But I don't know. I mean, I've never experienced that amount of fun when we beat UMass and becoming regular season champs. That was a really cool experience, and like kind of holding up a piece of hardware. And I never really got to do that. So it was really cool just to hold something and be around the boys for it.
Yeah, that's a special one. So we're about to show a couple of games for this 2022 season. And I'm sure you watched the CAA championship this past year. I know you were talking about jumping up and down. What your reaction when you watch your alma mater win the CAA championship for the first time, when what felt like forever?
So we have team group chats, and the first thing I did was text in that group chat saying, "Let's go, boys! Like, I'm for you guys. You better have a fun night." It was so cool. I remember I bought what was it, Flow Live TV or something, wherever they stream the CAA games. I bought that just to watch it. So I made sure I was tuned in and watching everything. The boys really showed out that game and showed we were the best team in that conference for last year, but they're going to have to prove it again this year. So.
Yeah, well, it's going to be fun to watch this group get back in action. Charlie, it was fun to watch you throughout your Delaware career. Congratulations on what you got going on here in the pro game. We'll watch for you with the Firewolves, and thanks so much for taking some time.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, Travis.